Hi there everyone, we're taking a look this week at 5 reasons Christians meet together. We're not trying to say that all Christians should now be meeting together. We're not really speaking into the coronavirus crisis situation particularly at all. We're just talking in general terms about why throughout the centuries Christians historically have met together, and it's a great thing and they love to meet together. Now, as I said yesterday, there could be 100 reasons, but here's just 5 and we're looking at the last one now, and it's this idea of proclaiming. Yesterday we saw the meal that Christians enjoy, and they take the bread and the wine, and it reminds them about Jesus. But we're also told that as they take the bread and wine, it's a means of proclaiming, declaring something about Jesus. That meal, it shares something about God. And in a broader sense, as Christians meet together, they gather together, and that gathering proclaims something. It tells us something about God. It tells us stuff. What kinds of things does the Christian gathering tell us about God? Well, we're a motley crew. We're made up of all sorts of different people. So the gathering tells us something about our great God who loves all kinds of people, diverse range of all kinds of sorts of different people. That's the kind of God that we worship. You see, the gathering tells us something about God and his purposes and plans in this world and his character, the way that he is. As we gather together to worship God as a church, people will see that we're all kinds of people and we're not all mad. Mostly, some of us are, but we're not all completely stark raving bonkers. We're sort of ordinary people, hard-working people, good citizens, good neighbours, by and large, reasonably intelligent people who are following this God and worshipping him, and that whole thing says something to us, doesn't it? It says something about not only these people, but the God that these people worship. It tells us something about the God that we worship. It tells us something about the Bible that we read. This gathering points to the reasonableness of some of these beliefs, the beauty of some of them. The local church is always meant to be like an embassy on earth for God's kingdom. It shares with us something about the God who's behind it all. We're meant to be proclaiming him, representing him, speaking about him, and making him known. And even as we gather together, that's happening. So 5 reasons that Christians meet together. The final one, proclaiming. As we gather together, we proclaim truth about God.